Hello, how are y'all today? As you could tell from the title, we will be discussing JYP's A2K, and this will be my first ever analysis video, and anything K-pop related. So let's just get started. Okay, so I got this microphone from my friend because I had asked them for suggestions in regards to how the video should be, like formatting wise, sounding wise, and they said that the fish tank in the background was very loud, so they gave me this microphone and they suggested if it might be able to not really take away the sound of the fish tank but soften it so it's not so prominent in the background, if that makes sense. But I do have notes. Guys, this is a first. I don't do notes. I've said it on here before. I don't know how many times I've said it, but when I'm talking and I'm analyzing anything, this is my first K-pop analyzation video. Let me put that out there. But I want to analyze anything. I don't put notes. I'm just speaking from the top of my head. But I put notes for this because, I want to take this a bit seriously. Okay, so we're starting with episode 1 and looking at the notes that I put for it. I'm rereading over it. My main issue, this is straight from the beginning, when I saw the first episode and they were introducing the concept, my thought process was, how are they going to market this in America? Because from what I know, or from what I've seen on the internet, the idea is to create a girl group to market in America, but using the K-pop survival show process, if that makes sense. So I saw it and my first thought was just how are they going to market in America? Because I know in America, Americans will literally listen to shit, someone shitting. But the main thing at the end of the day is that there's always an English speaking person behind the music. While with K-pop, not a lot of Americans are really into it. They don't hate it, but they wouldn't prefer listen to it. They wouldn't prefer putting it on a playlist and all that shit. So it's I'm just wondering, how are they going to market it to the everyday American, especially the sound of K-pop, My other thing is, if they're not trying to advertise to the general everyday American, how are they going to market it to the Americans that like K-pop? Because when it comes to the idea of foreigners being in K-pop, especially non-East Asians being in K-pop, it's very split in the middle with the K-pop fans in America. You have the other half, and I'm gonna put this out there, I am that other half. I don't care. You have the other half that don't care. To them, as long as they're speaking Korean, they know how to dance pretty good, they can sing pretty well, and they are able to do all of the things needed to be a K-pop idol, i.e. being a host, going on variety TV shows, modeling, acting, all of the extra stuff that K-pop idols also do. Then we consider them K-pop idols, because in that other half of American K-pop fans, their head now is K-pop is an industry, not really a genre anymore. While you have the other half who are no, K-pop is Korean, it's gotta have Korean people in it, and the most that they'll take is only other East Asians. They won't take non-East Asians. They'll take only other East Asians to really be in the K-pop genre. If it's not that, then they're not going to have it. So it's how are they going to market it to K-pop fans? Because K-pop fans in America, it's such a big divide, and it's an issue that comes up every time that a foreigner is trying to introduce themselves into K-pop, if that makes sense. It's valid some of the times. It's real valid. I'm gonna do a video on this too. When Catchy first came out and everybody was listening to them, it was this ain't K-pop. Baby, this ain't K-pop. Because they barely knew Korean. The song was not good, and the dancing was also not good. So obviously, when it comes to stuff like that was at the time half-assed, of course it's natural for a lot of K-pop fans to be no, this isn't K-pop. And I feel some of the other half of K-pop fans who are like, it's got to be Korean or at least another East Asian, I can see where they're coming from, because it feels like maybe it's a mockery and they're not actually taking the K-pop genre as seriously as it needs to. So they feel as though those who are actually Korean or East Asian know what it's like to be in this industry, so they'll give it the utmost respect as possible. But they've also got to note that there are some individuals out there who also feel the same way, that are non-East Asians, that feel a real passion for this. So that was my main thing from the very beginning. After I got past that, then other opinions start to form regarding the girls themselves and JYP, as I'm looking at it as a mentor. Okay, episode 2. So in episode 2, now in my notes, I'm more expanding on the auditions, and this was just a personal annoyance for me. I feel as though in the auditions, they should have had more song options for them to audition with, personally. Because if we're really making this, like, if they really want this to be these survival show formulas, please, for the love of everything, they should have come with some more songs that they could have chosen to audition with, or songs that they were given to audition with. Because, oh my god, all I heard back to back was Dale Dale as the dance song option, and then it was like Adele and I think Selena Gomez, and there was one more person, but it was all back to back. And you know, at first I was like, oh, it's cool. I feel like Dala Dala was a good song option. That one, as much as I was starting to get annoyed with it, I couldn't sit up here and be like, oh no, it wasn't bad. It was a good option because I feel like it really showcased where the girls were in regards to dancing wise. You know, I was seeing mistakes that I didn't think I could see, but me and JYP was on the same level of looking out for these mistakes, and we were seeing it when they were performing Dala Dala. But as regards to the song options, I feel like it could have been different. I feel like every single one of them should have gotten something a little bit different, you know, something that, like, have a list that's like at most like 25 songs, right? They pick out of the 25 songs, let them choose what they believe will suit them, what song will show their strengths in regards to singing. Because I feel like singing is such an abstract thing. Like, not every song will fit one person. And it's I believe singing, yes, it's a talent that you can naturally have, but it's also a talent that you can learn how to do well. So that's why I feel like if they have more than like 3 songs and let them choose out of those those list of songs what they believe will suit them strength wise, then we would have had a better showcase of what is being dealt with in regards to their singing potential. Because I cannot, for the life of me, I cannot stand it. They made me, and I hate saying this, I love I love Adele, hands down, but back to back, I was like, give my girl some rest, because I can't do this and she can't either. And y'all weren't even, and the crazy thing is that they weren't even sounding like amazing, you know, singing it. They weren't sounding fantastical singing it. And it's just like, stop. That was all that was just going through my head. And then another thing was, I'm going to bring this up. I feel like in the auditions, they was just picking and choosing. Don't shoot the messenger, shoot the person who requested the message. I feel like they were picking and choosing because they needed individuals out of every city. Not every city or everywhere they went needed somebody, but they was just picking people. Because at first there was some girls at the auditions where I was like, you didn't do that amazing in the dance portion, you didn't do that good in the singing portion, and then your backup wasn't that good. Why did you pick them? We don't know, but they were picked. I know I sound like a massive hater, but watch the first 2 episodes. It was either first 2 or first 3. Watch them and you will literally see what I'm talking about. Some people did not need to be picked because, personal opinion, they just weren't good enough. They didn't make the first cut to me. Hate to say it. my notes of episode 2 encompass like my whole notes of the first 2 episodes in regards to the audition. So I'm looking at my notes for episode 3, and I think this actually encompasses, I'm trying to look. I feel like episode 3 is encompassing, the notes for it is encompassing episode 4 and 5. This one was like after the auditions, and JYP told them to work on all of this stuff and all of that stuff, and then they came back and it was time for the evaluations. And as he explained, at the evaluations they'd be trying their best to receive these little gems that will be in their gold necklace pendant. I don't know what I'm gonna call it a shiny little lanyard. A shiny little lanyard, okay?
If you fill all 4 slots with 4 different stones, then you become the final candidate to go to Korea. Each stone represents 4 different competencies: dancing, in vocals, star quality, and your character.
What they're trying to do is just get these little gems, right? Okay, so the first evaluation was the dance evaluation, and I'm not going to lie, the girls improved greatly. They did so much better. But and I'm looking at my notes, and I guess I should say this, I shouldn't just leave these in the notes, but for most of the shit that I do talk about JYP on the internet, like how he annoys me sometimes, how I think he can be mad weird sometimes with his girl groups, you know, how I feel like sometimes he overworks his groups in general, because his groups be having come back, maybe not mx, come back to back, and you just be wondering where the fuck is the rest time, right? Of all the stuff that I'll be saying about JYP, I will never not say he's not a person to give good advice, because most of the shit that he be telling the girls, it's stuff that they actually need to hear, and stuff that would work in a way where they can actually learn from it. A lot of the girls that at first I was like looking at, like, why did you pick them, the dancing wasn't good, they've improved greatly, like really great. There is one person though that he pissed me off with, that I felt like, no, JYP, that wasn't good, babes. That was really not good. Well, let me see. I'm trying to find it. What our name? Yuna. There it is. Miss Yuna, girl. Okay, I think she was either the last or the second to last person regarding the dance evaluation. In her dance, she was just a little bit off the beat. She could not really beat the rhythm, the speed that she was going. She was a little bit faster than the music, right? And JYP, you know, rightfully so, was like, you were a little bit faster than the music. But I'm sitting here like thinking, I didn't catch that, which I feel like is a good thing, because if you're not able to catch it, then it's good on the idol, but that idol should go back once they hear it and try to learn how to catch the timing, match the speed of the music, right? But JYP was like, oh, just because you were a little bit too fast in the actual song, I'm not gonna give you your medal. Babes, Yuna did all the right dance moves. Her expressions were really good. She might have been a little bit fast, but we didn't even notice. But because of that tiny little slip up, and the thing is, some of the other girls also have like other tiny little slip ups, and he still didn't give her the medal for it. Like, that made no sense to me. I really was like side-eyeing JYP big time because of that, because I was like, ain't no way. I feel like, and I'm gonna fight for this, Yuna deserved her gem. She deserved her gem, you know. That's the one thing that I won't give JYP. Every other thing though, he was right about the girls. They did really good. There was some things that they needed to work with. The ones that didn't receive their gems, like big noticeable things that they needed to work with. But with Yuna, I believe that she should have gotten her gem. I think that she could still get another one in the what's it called? The group evaluation, the 4th one. But as far as dance goes, I feel like she should have gotten her gem, and he should have just let her know, hey, you need to learn how to actually match the music. You can't be going either too fast or too slow from the music. You need to match the music, and we would have been cool. But you know, It's him. It's his stuff, I guess. So now we're at episode 7, which is the singing portion of it. Yay. I love singing. I love it so much. That's why I feel like with this one, the episode 7, I did go a little bit harsher than I needed to in regards to evaluations. Remember when I was talking about analyzing episode 1 and I said I'm going to come back to it because he, in regards to the whole American thing, he did say something to Kayla that pissed me off a little bit. And he was like, first off, it was how he told her to sing, and then he mentioned that she still has her country twang. I personally believe if Kayla keeps her country twang, she will stand out in the masses, because don't shoot the messenger, but this is honestly the truth. People don't like Southern individuals, but they love to hear Southern people talk. They love to hear Southern people talk. It's literally the truth. I feel like if he lets her keep her country twang, she's gonna stand out to the masses a lot in regards to them trying to market in America. And then when I was talking about how he was talking about how she sounds, I didn't like the fact that he said that she should sound like how she speaks, because her singing voice in the audition sounded so amazing to me, and then come the singing evaluation and she just doesn't sound as good as I thought she did in the beginning. But it pleases JYP, because don't hate me for this now, JYP is not known for their vocals. JYP is that, don't shoot the messenger. JYP is not known for their vocals. Ask anybody who's into K-pop in regards to the top 3. I'm excluding Hybe. Top 3. Who is known for their vocals? Because I bet you they're not going to say JYP. They could argue for JYP in regards to dance. They could argue for JYP in regards to visuals. But when it comes to shit like vocals and rapping, they're not looking to JYP. Because only a select few members of JYP have those amazing vocals. For example, if you were to ask me, and let me put this out there, I don't fuck with aespa like that. I never really was into aespa like that. Never bought an album, barely listened to any fucking songs, don't even have them like any on my platforms. I don't fuck with aespa like that, right? If you were to ask me to pick between Leah from ITZY, who I really fuck with, y'all be knowing I have like their albums and everything. I literally bought another fucking album. I'm about to do an unboxing for said album. Leah from ITZY and Winter from aespa, who I think is a better singer. I'm going for Winter. Winter is a better singer than Leah. And nothing in regards to Leah. Not saying that Leah has a terrible voice. Leah has a great voice. But if we're talking about skill and like control of a voice and just smoothness and variety in regards to singing, Winter has it all day, every day. Leah has this like airy kind of tone to her, which makes her a good singer, but it doesn't make her a great singer. While I've listened to videos of Winter just singing, and I'm like, wow, she's got a great voice. And then let's take about like take JYP singers to like small companies like Starship. What's her name? That one girl. The girl who was blonde for their debut. What is her name? Hold on, y'all. Liz. There it is. Okay. In regards to small companies, like I was saying, let's take Liz from IVE and compare her to someone like Sana from Twice. The different ballpark. One's been in this game way longer than the other. I can confidently say that I would choose Liz over Sana in regards to singing, because the vocal abilities on Liz is literally unmatched to Sana. I love Misamos. I love their Don't Touch Me. I love it. But I'm not gonna sit up here and say like I wasn't listening to them sing and I'm feeling like, oh, this could have been so much smoother if they had more vocal skills. And I'm like I said, I'm not calling JYP singers bad singers. They're not bad singers at all. They're good. They're just not at the peakest level that I think they could be in regards to like other companies or other groups. And that's why I kind of side-eyed him when he was like, I like that you changed your singing voice to how you're speaking, because I feel like she had a great, wonderful singing voice, and it would have really put her on the mark. It would have really made her stand out, you know. That's why I'm really happy when Melissa came on, and Melissa sounded exactly the same. I'm so happy because I couldn't deal with it. Her and Camila, I couldn't deal with it if all of the best singers from the audition switched to the JYP way. But I think he also said that because of the fact that it's the JYP way, because when you think about singers like Leah, Yeji, what's it called? Some of GOT7, some of Stray Kids. When you think of singers like that, you see them and you're like, okay, yeah, that's exactly a JYP artist. Which is why I also think it was like, sing it this way so that people know, oh, you're from JYP. Like when you think of artists like signatures, like what marks an artist, like for example, AT's Hyunjong or Hongju. There it is, Hongju. When he's about to start rapping, Joker is Sklaff every time. Then in regards to JYP, when you think about their singers, most of the time it's this airy kind of way of singing that's good but not really great, but it still makes the song come out pretty well. Okay, so this is an extra little tidbit. I'm not sure if it was episode 8 or if it was still in episode 7. But another thing I would like to add in regards to the singing evaluation is that I personally feel like Kendall should not have gotten her gem. And yes, I do know it was allergy season, so she wasn't feeling like her top best. But even still, I feel like she made too many mistakes to have received a gem. And this is where I did side JYP a little bit more than I was before in regards to Yuna. I'm not defending Yuna at all. Let me put this out there. Yuna was terrible. Yuna was not that good in regards to the singing portion. I understand why she didn't get hers for the singing evaluation, but I feel as though like the dancing one, I was still a little teased, a little pissed off about her not getting her gem for the dancing evaluation. So I was side-eyeing JYP and I was like, I don't know, Kendall made a lot of mistakes, but Yuna made a little bit of a mistake as she still didn't get her shit, but Kendall did. Suspicious. Weird. Suspicious. Weird. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being a hater. Now we are on episode 9, and I'm going to be so dead ass. I didn't give a fuck in the beginning. I honestly was not caring. I don't know. I guess Kaylee wasn't doing it for me in the very beginning, especially for the concept. It was their star power. It did have the star power, and like I said at first, I wasn't really caring about it until, let me see, what did I say? Camila had me interested because she was rapping, and like I said before, K-pop rappers walk a very thin line, very, very thin line, like this thin of being ass or really good. That's it. So I was like scared. I was scared for my life when Camila said, yeah, I'm gonna be rapping in like 3 different languages. That's cool and all, babe, you try lingual, but if you're not good, you're not good, right? She came on and she was actually pretty decent. I was surprised about it. You know, I thought it was gonna be one of those corny ass raps too. It was actually not that corny. Would I put it on personally as a background? No. But if someone were to have it playing, I wouldn't tell him to turn that shit off, you know? It was okay. That she got me hooked, because like I said, I didn't give a fuck about the star power at first. I was like, okay, they're just doing extra talents. What is this? America's Got Talent? I've never seen this shit before. But no, it was actually pretty good. He called her spicy after it. I was weird. I found it weird. I don't know if I should go deeper on it, but I did find it weird that he called her spicy after she finished rapping. Savannah, Miss Curly Headed Savannah, she really impressed me. I'm not gonna lie, she really impressed me. She was up there playing the flute and all this shit, and then she started doing flips and all this shit. She was being like a little gymnastics. I think she is learning gymnastics, or she learned gymnastics, but she was doing all of this, and I was really impressed, I was not expecting it, and I loved her song choice. I really loved it. I love when they come in with like old school shit, because it's like, yes, yes, I loved it so much. And I'm not gonna lie, I think I said this in the beginning, she scared me. I wasn't sure she was going to be good. She did good dancing. In regards to her vocals, it could be worked on, but the thing with her is that she just needed to find her range. Because I understand why she didn't pass the vocal evaluation in the audition. It was just not for her. She couldn't reach it. It wasn't for her, right? So when she did her vocal evaluations, and she sounded pretty well, it was like, yeah, I thought I would just find it in the pitch. Is either pitch or range that works out for me, and as we could see, it worked out for her, and she didn't sound too bad. She sounded way better than last time. Then she comes with the star power, and I'm like, oh my god, you're so amazing. Like, this is so good. I'm absolutely impressed. She was also the one, I was stuck between either her or Melissa, because one of them, I could have sworn one of them tried rapping as their saving grace, and I was so scared. I was scared for my life because she didn't sound good. She did not sound good at all. I was sitting there praying on my knees to God, please, for the love of everything, do not tell me this girl is about to start rapping. And she was. I kid you not. I'm so glad she did not try to rap again, because she didn't sound good. I hope she went home, saw the audition video, and she realized that, yeah, rapping's not for me. Because, ooh, babe, it was bad. But she came around. She really came around, and she did her thing. I'm so happy for her growth, actually. And I can't wait to see her expand more. I really do hope that she makes it to Korea to be in the final lineup of trainees. Another thing to add, I really like that he said that every single one of them have the opportunity to make it to Korea. It's just up to how hard they work. So it's not a thing like, oh, we have to let one of you go. No, it's like, if you didn't do good, you didn't do good, but you always could try again another time. And I really like that. This one is episode 10. It says Kaylee. I think she's 13. I'm not sure. She's young. She's one of the young ones, though. Kaylee. I feel like Kaylee's performance was really good. I don't feel like it warranted the reaction that they were giving her. They were being so freaking extra to me. For me. I feel like they were being so freaking extra for me personally, because it's like, it wasn't like she was doing anything fantastical. She wasn't punching holes through walls. The girl was high kicking. A high yacht. That's what she was doing. She wasn't chopping wood in half with her hand. I don't know. They was doing a little too much for me. Alyssa can fucking sing, because when I tell you, babes, she had me sitting there with my mouth open. And then to find out that she made the song herself, I was flabbergasted. I was astonished. I couldn't believe it. She was too good. Like, are you kidding me? That's our main vocalist right there. That was immediately what I thought when I heard her singing. That is our main vocalist right there. And you could tell that she was so good, because everyone in there just was in their emotions. They was in their feelings. Like, I can't describe it. I can't wait. I pray on everything that she makes the final lineup, because she didn't get her dancing evaluation. She wasn't that good. But, I hope that she can improve greatly so that she can make the final lineup, because she's too good of a talent to let go. Would I want to see her in JYP? Honestly, out of all the big three, yeah. Out of all the big three, I want to see her in JYP. Yeah, that rhymed. I'm going to say this at the end of the video, because I don't know if I can chop it out to where it looks good. But I said that I was going to do episodes 1 to 10. Scratch that. I'm going to do episodes 1 to 15 because I didn't realize until I had watched episode 11 and 12 that the fourth evaluation is not the performance, but more of their character. It's their character evaluation. The performance is where they can make up what they've missed, and that's what I got wrong. So that's why I'm just going to include 11 to 15, and that'll be up until the next video, which will cover 16 all the way to when they debut. So we have episodes 11 and 12, and I'm gonna be so truthful. In my notes I put that I didn't really have any feelings in regard to it, and I still feel the same way. It just reinforced things I already thought about the girls. Example, Camila, I could already see her fitting the role of a leader, especially because she is the eldest. Camila is obviously going to make it into the group. She's very talented. And if she does, she's obviously going to get the leader role. That's all I thought. Oh, but then also, Misha. JYP had talked about Misha and said that he feels like she kind of holds herself back. And I agree with her. And this is going to add on because I'm going to say this about episode 15, where it's like the finale of finding out who went to Korea and who didn't. Misha has so much growth and potential, but I don't really see it right now, if that makes sense. I don't know. I'll talk about it more when I get to episode 15, but yeah, that's it so far. 13, and I'm not going to lie, I was a bit scared. There was only one team that truly didn't have me worried, and that was Camila, KG, and Christina. And personally, and I said this before, I feel like it was because Camila is there and she played her role as a leader and she was getting the girls together, which gave JYP a good look at what their performance could be. He went to Camila, KG, and Christina, and of course Christina does need a little bit more work on her vocals. KG needs more work on the dance. She wasn't getting it, but for the most part I wasn't too worried about that group. I was confident that those members specifically, even if they didn't get their stone, they would be going to Korea. Now, the group that I was most worried about was the Feels group, and that group consisted of Lexus, Gina, Yuna, and Melissa. And here's the thing, I love like every single one of them, hands down. But here's where I was with JYP for a little bit, and I felt a little bit bad. I felt a little bit bad because I was calling out JYP and I was saying, I can't believe he said all this stuff. But no, he was kind of right about Yuna's issue of being faster than the music. While I do agree with him on that portion, I still believe she should have gotten her dance evaluation gemstone, but that's not here to debate anymore since it's already passed. But she was going faster than the music, and I feel like I was scared because like if it's not an issue that she doesn't handle, by the time they do their final showcase, she's going to be the odd one out, and that's not a good feeling, especially if it's something that could be improved on. And then you have Melissa, who I love her. She has the great vocals and everything, but Melissa cannot dance to save her life. She was not even, they weren't in sync with each other. They were off sync, right? And then if you had to ask me who was the overall all-rounder who is saving the group, but I say that lightly because you can see so many issues with the other contestants or the other members of the group that's like she's not really saving nothing. She's just showing that there's one person who can do it well. It would have to be Gina. And I would include Lexus on it, but Lexus' vocals were a bit choppy. That's the only reason why I'm not saying Lexus was also saving the group. Gina was really the only one that was really saving it, and I was really scared for that group in particular when it came to learning about the final showcase. Now the last group, and I'm going to say this now, I'm not sure if I'm going in order at all, but the last group from episode 13 that JYP had given advice to before their final showcase was the ITZY group, and I was worried for them too, but a little less than I was worried for the Feels group, mainly just because it was Kendall's voice and Melissa's voices. they did pretty good with the dance. And ironically enough, when the episode when it came to them, when it was the beginning of their part of the episode, what's it called, Kaylee was talking about, I'm worried because I might be the one that brings the group down. She was perfect. Okay, perfect is overstating it, but she was good. She wasn't doing any issues. It was Kendall, and it was the exact thing that I said in regards to her getting the vocal stone. Her voice needs work. It's not terrible, but it needs work. The issue with Kendall was that she kept using her falsetto, and I saw online some people were talking about it and were like, maybe that's just how Kendall's voice is naturally. That's good and all, but you also need to learn, if possible, how to use your full voice too. And that was her issue. She wasn't hitting it with her full voice. And JYP kept trying. He kept trying to help her, but she wasn't hitting it. So I was like worried, because here's the thing. The way I talk about Kendall, it may sound like I don't like her. I like Kendall. Kendall has so much potential. It's just this one thing that's making me go like, ugh, that needs work. And that one thing is her voice. As crappy as it is to say, her voice is that one thing that needs work. So I don't know. I was scared for Kendall, like genuinely, because I don't want her not to go to Korea. I wanted, and honestly, I wanted all of the girls to go to Korea. And ironically enough, Misha has a great voice. Misha sounds amazing. So what happened in the vocal part? Misha confused me, y'all. She really confused me. Okay, so we are on episode 14, which is the final showcase. I'm going to start off the first team that performed. I think it was Team Phil's, and their outfits were so cute. They were so cute. They did a lot better than I expected, and I'm so happy because Yuna improved her issue, which was the fact that she was dancing a bit faster than the music. Melissa did pretty good. Her dance moves were still a little bit sloppy, but they did pretty good. And as far as being in sync goes, they did better than when JYP had come to give them advice while they were practicing. So overall, the improvement was there greatly. And every single girl, except for Lexus, got a stone, which I'm kind of disappointed in. Reason being, JYP said that the reason why she didn't get a stone was because he couldn't feel anything from the lyrics that she was singing. Like, she was singing just to be good. But in contrary belief, that's a good thing, because I'm not saying Lexus is a terrible singer, but Lexus wasn't amazing when it came to singing evaluation. And from what we know, she clearly did not get in past the auditions because she was a good singer. It was because she was a good dancer, but her singing was something that needed to improve on. So in regards to that, I'm thinking the reasons why they can make up the stones that they missed is to make up to see if they've improved from last time, aka take the criticisms and do better. I feel like she did better personally, but I don't know, he still didn't give it to her. I guess he wasn't feeling any emotions from how she was singing. Like, I don't know, when it comes to a person who's bad at one thing, the thing at the moment I do not care about is if you can convey emotions and feelings of what you're doing. What I want to know right now is, do you have the basics down? If you got the basics down, that's great improvement. After basics, we can start going into things like improving skills that we might already have or add skills onto, and then talk about conveying emotions and feelings to people so that they know how to feel in regards to what you're singing or what you're dancing to. I don't know. I just feel like she should have gotten her gem, but it's JYP, guys. Oh my god. I am so happy. They were the team. Christina, KG, and Camila, they were exactly what I said, and their practice, their JYP Giving Advice episode 13. I had no worries for them. And Christina, she improved greatly, okay? She needed a little bit more help, breath-wise, catching when she's supposed to breathe, like hold air so that she has enough air to sing and not sound too bad. But she improved greatly. KG actually was pretty good. KG was actually pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. We already know she was a great singer, but she actually improved her dancing. And Camila, being the all-rounder she was, I had nothing to worry about. I really didn't. And their outfits were so cute. Y'all don't understand. I was so happy when I saw Christina with her curls out. They did really well. I'm just disappointed that KG didn't get her stone. Hold on. Let me see what it was that she didn't get it for. Found it. Okay. KG didn't get her character stone. Weird. Really weird. I don't know why she didn't. I guess it's 'cause it's weird how it's set up though. I really don't get why she didn't get it. And they were giving her big compliments about how like she was filling up the whole stage even though she was the smallest person there. But she still didn't get her character stone. That's kind of weird. It's really weird. Also, I forgot to point out, Christina did really good considering the fact that in the episode she literally got sick. Like, she was not feeling well at all. At a point, she didn't have time to practice, which was not good because, as you know, on these type of shows, when it comes to missions, they're giving, like, basically a short amount of time to prepare for shit. So, she did really good for someone who got sick. We are now on episode 15, which actually is a continuation of the performances, but it's just the ITZY team performance that was left. Wowsy. The ITZY team was wearing. Let me put in here a note that they would show the lead up or the preparations for the performance before the performances would happen. So like the other two, it was already stuff that I'd spoken about in like episode 13 about worries and all that, so it wasn't too much. But it was the same like for the ITZY group. It was still the worries, but a little bit heightened, just a tad bit. But they did really good. And then I bring up Misha because Misha had me worried because she wasn't getting formations right, and that was worrisome to me. But other than that, Misha did really well in the overall final performance, and it kind of saddens me because I don't know how to describe it. I think every single one of them got their stone, and I'm really glad, but not every single one of them. I think Savannah was the only one that needed a full deck to make it, and same with Kendall. But I think every single one of them got a stone. So after their performance and all that, JYP says all he says about what he thought they did great at. Then comes like the finale, the part that decides who goes to Korea and who doesn't. And for this one, as we already know, the ones who have their pendant full, automatically they have their ticket to Korea. It's already been decided. It's the ones that don't have their pendants full that they actually have to sit up and talk about and discuss. And boy, was it a doozy. It was a nail biter. Okay. I'm going to tell you this now. I was so happy with everyone that made it. I was so happy Melissa got to go. I was so happy KG got to go. Lexus got to go, rightfully so. The only person who didn't end up going out of everybody was Misha. While Misha is not a really tricky situation, I feel bad for the fact that she wasn't able to go, but I feel as though that Misha not going made complete sense. Only because, like I said, Misha is a very talented person, and she's not a bad dancer. The issue with Misha is that she doesn't hit certain points which would elevate the dance and really make it stand out. And then as far as vocally goes, she's got a great voice. It's just that in the vocal evaluation, she had forgotten the lyrics, which was like really bad. I feel bad, especially because she was left to stand there by herself after everyone had been shown, like all the people who are going to Korea went on one whole other side of the podium, and then you had just Misha standing there. Okay, so we are near the end of the video. How did y'all like it? Like I
that
said, this
made
is
sense.
actually really shorter than I expected as far as an analysis video goes. That's it. That's the video. Thank y'all for watching. And like I always say, you may not know a person and they may not know you, but you matter in their lives. Goodbye, my loves.